Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Love to Shop Down to Save, and today I have for you guys some more really easy, fun, and super inexpensive Valentine's Day DIYs using mostly items from Dollar Tree. The other items were items that I already had or items that were from previous projects. This is now part 2 of my Valentine's Day DIY series of projects. Be sure to check out part 1, and I will include that in this video. There will be a link in the upper right hand corner that you can click on and will take you directly to that video. If you would like to see what I put together in this video and use as inspiration for your own Valentine's Day DIYs, just keep watching. So guys, this is basically what I created. I absolutely love the way that it turned out. However, because I made this prior to recording it or filming it, I did forget to mention that you will need either a piece of wood or even maybe the lid from a shoebox. But you want to make sure that whatever it is, it has the width of at least 1 inch, so that way it can kind of sit upright. So it should be able to sit upright. So I just want to walk you through the steps that I did to create this. And I will be showing you also 3 ways that you can display this. So this particular piece here happened to be a piece that I already had. So that's kind of what I want you guys to look for, things that you may already have. If you have maybe a spare piece of wood or a plywood or, you know, the lid of a shoebox, so that you can utilize things without having to go out there and purchase anything extra other than, you know, a few items from the Dollar Tree. So this particular piece was a plaque, as you can see, that was purchased from the Dollar Tree. However, even though I loved the quote, I absolutely love quotes, the colors that were on it were just too much. And because of that, everywhere that I kind of put it sort of clashed, and I didn't like it. So I knew that I could repurpose it somehow, so I kept it, and I'm glad that I did because I was able to use this in this project. So basically what I did was I went ahead and peeled it off. So it was a sticker and it was on this piece here. I just kind of peeled that off, and then I sanded it down to make sure that there was no residue from the that there was no residue at all from the sticker that was originally placed on it. And when I was done with that, I decided that I would paint it. I kind of wanted it to look kind of rustic. I did want some of the black to kind of pop out a little bit. And so I went ahead and I used some, of this metallic pearl white paint. It's from the Folk Art brand, and I believe I purchased this at, it was either Walmart or Michael's. I'm not quite sure, but it's very inexpensive. I like the metallic finish. You don't have to use the metallic one. The metallic one is just a couple of cents more than the plain colors, so it's really up to you. But I do like the metallic colors because it just kind of gives it just a little shine that I like. And so I went ahead and I painted that. I kind of sponged it on so that I would be sure that little specks of the black would show. And so when I was done with that, I let it dry. And then what I went and I did was this ribbon here, I kind of went around it. So I just took it like this, and I didn't want to pre-cut the piece because I wanted to make sure that I didn't cut too little or too much. So I just went around it like this, like so, until I got to the corner. And then when I got to that corner, I kind of cut it and, you know, made sure that there was no little, you know, that this part here was nice and clean and there were no little pieces of thread sticking out. And for this part, I used just the stick glue. It works very well. I didn't want there to be any lumps at all from the glue, from the hot glue, and because this is so thin, I figured that it would definitely show, or probably you'd be able to see the glue very clearly. So I chose to use the stick glue. Then I just kind of let that dry, and I mentioned the stencils. Now that doesn't have to be stencils. It could literally be any thing that you can print out from the, could be stickers, maybe letter stickers, or you can print out a verse from the Bible, or maybe a quote that means something special to you, or just a quote about love. This is something that I want to use all year round. I like to create things that I can use all year round. And so I didn't want it to say anything like, you know, Valentine's Day, because then it would only be able to be used during that time. But if you guys wanted to say something like Valentine's Day and only want to use it for that particular occasion, then that would be, you know, that would work. So yeah, I had these stencils previously from some previous projects, and it's got multiple colors on it because I have used it for gold, I've used it for red, and so yeah. Now, if you have beautiful handwriting, and you know how to really you know, write beautifully, you could probably practice on some paper, and then you could actually, with a permanent marker, you could actually, you know, write it out yourself and then let that dry. So there's so many ways you can go about doing that. Then to create this, you know, this kind of 3D pop-up, I went ahead and I took this table scatter and just sort of arranged each of the hearts on top of one another, and then I placed those on top of that. And then with this one, I kind of just did the opposite, where this one was red and pink, and then here I just put pink and red, and just kind of switched it around a little bit. And then I stuck one of those little gems right there just to kind of give it a little, you know, pop of color. And then the bigger gems, because these gems come in different sizes, as you can see on this sticker sheet here, I used the bigger, the larger of them to place on top. So I went ahead and I placed 6 of them on top. And then I wanted these to kind of pop out this way, but I knew that they wouldn't stay on their own. And so I went ahead and I used these, as you can see, in between them. And I also did them in the back as well, so that, you know, no matter how you'd see it, it sort of looked like, you know, that 3D look, and from the front or back, you'd be able to see it. Now, because these little hearts have a tip on them, what I had to do was I had to use a hammer and a nail. And basically what I did was, where those hearts are here, I just hammered with just a regular hammer, like so. And oh, the nail was here somewhere. Where did it go? And with this nail here, it took me forever to find it, I just went ahead and made some holes, and I made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little holes, and then this way the hearts were able to kind of stick into the groove. And I did not hot glue. I actually decided to use crazy glue, and that's another thing that I did forget to mention, was the crazy glue. I did try the hot glue, and I just found that the heart wasn't very stable, and I wanted it to be really firm and stuck in there. So I used very, very small amount of crazy glue in each of the holes and kind of stood these up. And then I went ahead and took one of these little hearts here, like this, and then on each one, I went ahead and cut the tip of it so that it would sit upright like that. And that's why it's so cut at the bottom, so it would rest on there like that. And that was pretty much that. It was just very simple, very fun. Obviously, you know, you can create your own designs, and it's just something really inexpensive, easy, and fun to do. So I want to show you another mini little project that I did. And for this one, I did need some straws. These straws were from the Target dollar spot. So for this next mini project, I used some of the materials that were left over from the previous project, and also used a few of the items that I will be using in the last DIY that will be included in another video. And so these little tinsel heart bouquets, I went ahead and I removed one of them for this project. So you will need one of these tinsel hearts. You will need a straw. The straw, once again, was from the Target dollar spot. You will need just a pen, preferably one that has this type of tip here that can be removed like so. And you will need a piece of stringy, stretchy cord. I would say almost about the length of your straw. And then you will need these table scatter glittery hearts, and again, the gem stickers. So I absolutely love novelty pens, and I always am attracted to them when I see them in the stationery sections of the stores. So I thought it would be really fun to create my own novelty pen out of these materials. And so this is my finished product. I absolutely love the way that it came out. And just to show you guys, before I go into explanation of how I put it together, you guys can see that it writes. So I was really excited about this. Like I said, I just loved the way that it came out. And basically, it is a pen made out of a straw. So I thought the idea was really unique. I hadn't seen it anywhere. And yeah, so basically what I did was I took the straw, and then I went ahead and, like I said, a pen that I had lying around. I really like these Bic pens because they have the little tips here. So I went ahead and I pulled this part out. This part is very simple to pull out. This part is a little bit more difficult. So what I had to do was kind of just tap the hammer on it a little bit, just so that it would crack enough to release that little part there. So this way the pen or the ink will not slip out. Now this little part back here slipped perfectly into the back of the straw. However, this piece here, when you insert it into the straw, there is a tiny little gap that's sort of left. So what I did was I added some hot glue into the opening of the straw, and then I just kind of stuck it in, and then I kind of went around it and just very carefully created like just a little bit of the hot glue around it, so this way it would be sturdy and it would not come out. Then I went ahead and I just kind of, added some hearts, the gem hearts to the straw. And then this part up here, I went ahead and inserted the straw into the opening. And the opening is enough for a stem. So you want to make sure that when you insert it, that you insert it exactly where it's supposed to be, because some of them are, like, for instance, if I were to insert it in that specific hole, it would kind of be off. So you just kind of find where the center is, and then with the nail, I went ahead and I just kind of made that hole big enough to where the straw can go inside. And then as far as these little things that are hanging here, what I did was I took a string and then I kind of tied a knot, like so. And then what I did was, at the top of this I went ahead and made another hole. And this time I just took the nail and I kind of tucked in that little piece with the knot on it into the hole with the nail. And it just went in very well. It was very snug, so I didn't even need to add any glue. And then I just created the same kind of 3D kind of heart thing that I did on the previous one, except on this one I just added some more gems. And then the string, that was obviously like this, I just cut in the center and then just made sure that I glued my string in between the hearts so that it wouldn't show. And like I said, I just really love the way that it came out. I was even able to utilize the cap, which I kind of decorated a little bit. And as you can see, it fits perfectly in there. I absolutely love it. And they're just really fun to make. You know, this is something that you can make with your kids. And, you know, it's just a really fun project. And best of all, you can utilize items that you already have laying around in your house. So I'm going to show you how this particular pen, how I will incorporate it into the previous project that I made, which was the desk plaque. And I'm also going to show you 2 other ways that you can display that plaque. So keep watching. So guys, this is basically the finished project and how I was able to incorporate the novelty pen along with it. And so I just kind of created like a paperweight for your desk. You can just stack it up on a top, you know, on top of some books or maybe some papers. So yeah, and you know, if you wanted to just leave it like a desk plaque itself, all you'd have to do is just remove this, because I didn't stick it at all because I don't know how I want to display it as yet. I just wanted to show you guys what the options were. So it's as simple as putting the little heart right back and kind of displaying it like this. Or if you wanted to display it like a hanging plaque, you would just take some of the ribbon and hot glue it to the back, and then you could just hang it from the wall like so. So guys, I hope you liked it, and I hope that it inspires you to create your own Valentine's Day DIYs. I would love for you to subscribe to my channel. I have some more DIYs coming your way. I actually have one more for Valentine's Day, and I do a lot of shopping hauls and a lot of different things, guys. I don't really limit my channel to one thing. It's kind of, you know, what I'm feeling. If I'm in a creative you know, point, I will create. If I am, you know, maybe making something that I want to share with you guys that I prepare for my family on a budget, I will do that. So it's just a mixture of things, and I would just love to have you. So I hope you guys have a wonderful week. God bless, stay safe, hugs, kisses, and see you in the next video. Bye.